Have you ever wondered how those perfectly round motorcycle wheel rims are made? Or what it takes to cast something that large? Well, today we're going behind the scenes at an old factory to find out how this is done. So grab a cold one, sit back, and let's get to it. So just like cars, motorcycles have evolved over the years and so have their wheels. Today, we're looking at older-style steel rims and how they were cast before aluminum alloy rims were invented. Most modern motorcycles use lightweight aluminum alloy wheels which offer superior strength-to-weight ratios along with better handling characteristics. But before these advanced materials, steel was the only option. And while it isn't as light or as strong, steel does have its advantages. For one, it's cheaper and easier to work with than aluminum. Also, steel can be made softer for better ride comfort, or harder for increased durability. Lastly, steel offers good all-weather performance, and it's more resistant to corrosion from road salts and other elements. For these reasons, steel wheels are still used on many smaller displacement bikes sold in developing countries. The casting process itself has remained relatively unchanged since the early 1900s when it was first developed. To explain how this works, we'll need to start with the heart of the operation, the molding machine. This is a complicated piece of equipment that uses high pressure to force molten metal into a mold. The entire process happens really fast, and in a well-oiled machine, each mold can be filled in less than 2 seconds. The way it works is by drawing air out of the mold using a vacuum, then forcing molten metal into the mold under high pressure. Once full, the metal is allowed to cool slightly before being ejected from the mold and sent to the next step. The entire operation is controlled by a single programmable logic controller, meaning all of the actions happen automatically without any input from the operator. Each set of molds costs around $40,000 and lasts roughly 5,000 cycles before needing replacement. These molds are made from 2 durable pieces of metal with a thin layer of silicone sandwiched between them. Sand is chosen for this application because it's able to withstand high temperatures and create a smooth finish on the final product. However, since sand is rough, the molds need to be carefully cleaned and prepped before use. Any dirt or debris left in the mold can cause imperfections in the final cast. To make each rim, the molds are split open and placed onto the molding machine. They're clamped together, then connected to a robotic arm that drops a vacuum chamber. The arm then picks up a container of molten metal, pours it into the mold, and releases it. The metal flows through the mold thanks to a combination of gravity and vacuum suction. As it fills the mold, pistons push the metal into every crevice, making sure there are no air bubbles. Once full, the arm removes the container and closes the mold. Then the cooling fan blows across the top to speed up the process. When the fan is turned off, a timer starts and the part is allowed to cool until it reaches a safe temperature. The mold is then opened and the part is removed. This all sounds great, but there's one big problem. Every part made with this method is a little different. There are small imperfections and variations from part to part. This wouldn't be such a big deal if the parts were identical, but unfortunately, they're not. Each wheel rim needs to be the exact same size and shape as the last. The variation in each part can cause problems down the line and must be dealt with immediately. The first thing we see is a row of machines straightening the rims. Each one uses a series of rollers to expand and contract the rim until it's the perfect diameter. These machines cost over $3 million and can straighten about 10 rims per minute. After straightening, the rims go through a washing station where they're blasted with water and detergent to remove any excess sand. The rims are then dried before moving on to the next area. Over there, we see rows of workers inspecting the rims for flaws and imperfections. Many of the workers are women who are typically paid minimum wage. Despite this, it seems like everyone enjoys their job and is proud of the work they do. The workers look for things like cracks, bubbles, rough spots, dents, and any other defect that would cause the rim to fail under stress. If anything is found, the rim is marked with a stamp and sent to the repair station where workers rework the metal until it's perfect. This involves cutting, grinding, sanding, hammering, polishing, and welding the rim back into shape. Once the repair is complete, the rim goes back to the inspection area for final approval. Next, the rims are bead blasted to remove any remaining surface imperfections. They're then coated in a thin layer of zinc for corrosion resistance. And finally, each rim gets a coat of paint. This all might seem like overkill, but these rims are safety-critical components and must be perfect to ensure the safety of the rider. If you think this is a lot of work, keep in mind that these rims are guaranteed for life and come with a 100-year warranty. With proper care, it's not uncommon to see rims passed down from father to son. As the final step, each rim is measured to ensure it's within tolerance. They're then packaged and shipped off to the factory where they will be mounted to motorcycles and shipped all around the world. A typical motorcycle factory produces 1,000 rims per day, though production can vary depending on demand. Before we wrap things up, let's talk about how much all of this costs. The factory we visited is considered to be one of the most advanced in the industry, yet it pales in comparison to larger operations that produce millions of rims per year. Even so, this facility represents the best of the best and gives us a good idea of what it takes to cast rims on a large scale. The factory covers over 2.5 million square feet and employs 1,200 people. They've invested heavily in automation, yet still rely on a large workforce to keep production running smoothly. It costs nearly $100 million to build a factory like this and another $30 million to keep it running for a year. That's why the price of motorcycle rims can vary so much. A basic steel rim will cost anywhere from $60 to $150 depending on the size and quality. Larger and stronger rims will cost more, and entry-level sport bike rims will typically cost about $400. High-end racing rims can cost well over $1,000 each. There are only a handful of factories in the world that manufacture motorcycle rims, and most of them are located in Taiwan and China. Some of the largest companies include GPI, which supplies rims to many of the biggest Japanese manufacturers. The company makes over 15 million rims per year and has annual revenues of over $1 billion. Another major player is the YRT Group, which produces over 25 million rims per year. You'll probably recognize some of their clients, including Harley-Davidson, Honda, Yamaha, KTM, Ducati, and Victory. Then there's FZRT, a Taiwanese manufacturer that claims to be the largest producer of motorcycle rims in the world. Their clients include BMW, Bridgestone, Dunlop, Goodyear, Kawasaki, Mazda, Michelin, Renault, Toyota, and Volkswagen. While motorcycle rims may seem like a boring topic, they're actually an interesting blend of art and science. It takes a delicate balance of heat, pressure, time, and cooling to get the metal to flow just right. If any of these variables are off, the final product will be ruined. In addition to this, the molds need to be carefully prepared, the metal needs to be thoroughly inspected, and the rims need to be perfectly finished. It's a long and complicated process, but the end result is worth it. A set of motorcycle rims is one of the most important components on any bike, and they need to be perfect to ensure the safety of the rider. Now, I'm curious, do you know how motorcycle rims are made? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.